Hey crew, I've got the key to this 22 BMW M240i xDrive Coupe. It is an all-new Generation 2 Series Coupe. We are going to take it for a drive, but first let's check out how it looks on the inside and outside. Starting here at the front, we've got BMW's classic kidney grille remaining in the horizontal orientation, thank you, with these active aerodynamic shutters that open and close at certain speeds. You've got these chiseled and recessed headlights in here with the LED daytime running lights. These triangular air inlets on the side that are functional. They're blacked out with the Shadowline trim pack on this car. There's a power dome hood. Stepping to the side, we'll see a set of 19-inch M Sport wheels and blue painted M Sport brake calipers. Black gloss side skirts, black mirror caps, flush mounted door handles now. In profile, we'll see that really long hood, the shark nose front end, that accent line there in the side that they say is for aerodynamics, and it has a 2-inch longer wheelbase now. The vehicle is longer, it's wider than its predecessor. This character line here runs all the way from the nose, and at the back we've got a trunk lip spoiler, black gloss diffuser, dual dark painted exhaust outlets. And they say the width of the car is emphasized by the taillight designs with a sort of bulge here on the outer portion of the rear. I think it works. Is it beautiful? No. Is it modern and sporty? Absolutely. Let's go see that interior. Opening up and looking inside the redesigned 2 Series Coupe cabin. This one is clad in Tacora red Vernasca leather seats, beautiful shade of red with a gray contrast stitching. The premium pack on this one gives us heated front seats, a heated leather-wrapped steering wheel, digital instrument cluster, and head-up display. The M Sport model gets the M tricolor in the door inserts, like this 3D effect also. M tread plates. To get into the second row of seating, you pull this grab handle and the seat power slides forward slowly. I'll climb on back and bring the seat back with me to see if my knees clear at 6 feet tall behind my own driving position. My head unfortunately doesn't. I've got to lean forward. But yes, they do clear, just barely. And this wouldn't have been possible without the longer wheelbase. There's a Harman Kardon sound system. It's an option in here. You have a standard third zone of climate control in the 2 Series Coupe and 2 USB-C ports. Center armrest comes down with cup holders. And to get out, you pull the lever and let the seat slide forward again. Getting out, full-size adults will have to do some acrobatics, but you can do it. Really, that's an area for kids or storage. And we'll hop back in the front. You can peep the 8.8-inch touchscreen infotainment that is now standard. You can upgrade to a 10.2-inch unit. Both have wireless Apple CarPlay. Plenty of piano gloss black, which we know how I feel about that. This is just a very familiar cabin if you've been in the latest BMW M products from their larger vehicles. It's good, it's clean. Let's take it for a drive. Let's fire it up. Some throat from that 3-liter inline 6 turbocharged engine. We are going to be starting out in comfort drive mode. Look at all these drive modes. So many to choose from. And we'll take it away with a turning radius test while bringing up the camera system. You've got your front-facing view, but when you're at park or in reverse, you get the option for the 360 view, and that's with the parking assistance package thingamajig. So you can just walk your way around the car's camera angles. Seen it before in other vehicles, but it's still cool. Turning radius test. On a fairly wide street. I thought that would be tighter. I mean, we got the job done, but I thought that would be tighter. Oh, and horn test. Quiet now. Okay, that's fine. Starting off in comfort drive mode, letting the adaptive M suspension do its job to give us the luxury side of the BMW M240i equation. And at these speeds, it is quiet. Now how about as the speeds build and as the road gets rougher? Yeah, those bumps are heard well inside this cabin, but the suspension stays supple, and that's important for daily driving purposes. Even in comfort, there's a nice melody from that engine, but it's not invasive. Let's talk about it. 3-liter single turbo inline 6-cylinder. It makes 382 horsepower now. That's a bump of 47 horsepower over the last gen M240i Coupe, and 369 pound-feet of torque. That is connected exclusively to an 8-speed automatic gearbox. You can no longer get the manual. You can't get it in the 230i that makes 255 horsepower from its 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, and you can't get it in the M240i. Probably going to have to wait for the M2 to get you manual. But as automatics go, this is a good one. When you're just moseying, it's fluidly working through the gears in the background, completely imperceptible. And then, as we'll see, in manual mode, it cracks off shifts really quickly. We're gonna have a chance up here to do a 0 to 60 test, so I'm gonna prime that a bit by going into Sport Drive mode. Sport Plus, why not? Then we'll move the gear selector over into Sport/manual mode. And finally, I'll hit the traction control button once to put us in M dynamic traction control. Then from a stop, with my foot hard on the brake, I pin the throttle. Launch control active, let go. Whoa. That was 60 about half a second ago. BMW says this will do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. That felt about right, friends. And with the rear drive based all-wheel drive system, this is not the Grand Coupe. This is a coupe specific rear drive based all-wheel drive system. You get the traction of all-wheel drive off the line, but then you'll have the dynamics of a rear drive base system in the corners. That was a quick launch. Got to hear a little more throat from that inline 6, and it could do that all day. In fact, thank you, sir. May I have another? Oh, and it's a pounding pop from the exhaust with the upshifts there. Ooh, tingly, fun. To indulge some of the other drive modes, let's go to adaptive and turn traction control back on. And the theory with this drive mode is that it's responsive to your driving behavior. So if you're being hard on that throttle a lot, it will give you peppier throttle response, and vice versa. And the same goes for the suspension. Punish in the car, it's going to be firm. Ease and back off, it's going to be soft. Never truly soft though, as I feel on these roads. It's still a sports car. It never lets you forget that. So you feel the bumps, but the harshness is not there. The suspension is good enough to absorb that. The cabin is respectably well insulated. It's not mainstream car. However, as the speeds build, you do hear some wind noise near the seals, and the road noise is kind of always there. The seats, however, are extremely comfortable. These are the kicker for me. These are what decide whether I want to take this car on a longer drive or keep it around town. Now, I'll have a chance to do some canyon driving in just a sec, but before that, I want to go into manual mode and see how this transmission does with quick shifts and some mid-range blasts. Downshifts are there. The sound is there. The speed buildup is definitely there. Oh yeah. Oh, you could get into some trouble here. Instant downshifts, instant upshifts, and incredible pickup. Fuel reserve. Yep, that's what happens. I'll fill up and we'll get into some canyon carving. We're not going to waste any time here. Going into manual mode. Doing my own shifting of this 8-speed. Heck yes. Brakes are solid. I can already feel the added stability of that 2-inch longer wheelbase in this car. The turn-in is so immediate. They make noise, but those brakes do an excellent job hauling us down. And the M differential also doing a wonderful job getting the power to that outside wheel. Oh, this is a treat. There's so much thrust out of every corner. I honestly can't even imagine what the new M2 is going to feel like. Because M Sport did such a brilliant job with this car. The gearbox is so quick to shift. The little thump when you upshift as well is satisfying. Excellent grip from those tires. What a good road. Thank you, Palm Desert. Holy cow. This thing absolutely rips. So much so that you would be shocked at the speeds you're getting by the time you get to the end of the straight and need to tuck into a corner. But thankfully, this car loves corners. And you could just dabble with the brake or do lift off, and the rear end comes around so nicely. What a chassis. Completely engineered for this kind of driving. And what an engine. BMW and the Inline 6, my friends. Legends. For under 60 grand, does it get me better than this? Oh, deep breath. Credit to those adaptive dampers as well. Adding to the increased torsional rigidity of this next generation 2 Series. They firm up and they bring stability to this platform in the corners. Oh, it's a good day. All right, so to wrap this one up on the 22 BMW M240i, simple question, is it better than the previous generation? In almost every category, yes. The looks, I don't know. I prefer, I think, the more subdued exterior of the previous generation coupe, but the styling will definitely grow on you. If you look for the 2002 styling elements, if you like the modernity, if you like the sportiness, it's there. Everything else is a bump up for sure. The cabin looks more upscale, looks like the larger BMW products. The tech is better. The power is certainly a bump up. The passenger space in the rear is definitely an improvement. To be able to throw a full-size adult back there in a pinch is wonderful, and kids most of the time. The ride quality is excellent from these adaptive M dampers. The cabin insulation maybe could be improved a little bit. But the driving experience of this car, before we have an M2 product, which will certainly cost more money, for what this is offering, the performance capabilities are incredible. BMW's M Division, their M Sport line, is such a win throughout the categories. However they apply it to whichever vehicles, it's such a win. This is no exception. The M240i is a killer car. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed these POV drive impressions. Please like, comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys again next time.